despite the numbers that obviously aren't where he would want them to be for his rookie year. Moving forward, do you feel like this franchise will have a significant edge at quarterback next year, the year after that, within the AFC South? Providing that things stay the way they are right now with the other teams.
Yeah, as long as Trevor continues to progress in the way that he is, I definitely think that we have a franchise quarterback here. I really want to look at the progression that he made through the year, and then in this last game, the last game going out, we kind of talked to him the night before about this being your springboard to the start of your second season, and and just show the progress that you've made. And I thought he played outstanding yesterday, made really some big time plays, some big time throws. So I'm excited about his future.
One follow up. 5 years from now, and I realize this is a look ahead in the forecast, and things change and what have you. If Trevor stays healthy, do you see any reason why he can't be a top 5 quarterback in this league?
Well, he definitely has the talent. And it remains to be seen. I think, none of us have a crystal ball, to be able to see into the future that far and know what's going to happen. But as there's got to be a lot of things that take place. He's going to have to continue to work and have to improve the people around him. But Trevor is willing to do that, and he has the talent to.
Thanks.
Yep.
We'll go to Jamal, and then we'll go to Mia.
What's going on, Coach? Can you just talk about the how was taking over as interim coach here in Jacksonville different than your time as interim coach with the Lions? I know you and a lot of the players have talked about how this season has been different and dysfunctional at times. How was it for you to need to take over the ship here and kind of stabilize things?
Yeah, it was a different experience than the Detroit experience, and I tried to learn from the first opportunity that they had, and this opportunity was much different. There was a lot of things and a lot of challenges that we had during the season, and the first thing I wanted to do was to just try to get the ship steadied and get it headed in the right direction. I was really proud of the guys. I mean, they had to manage a lot. They were able to kind of stay focused, and really proud of how they finished the season.
And do you think you've done enough to warrant serious consideration for the full-time position?
Well, obviously I would like to win some more games, but with the progression that we made in those last 4 games and really culminating with that last opportunity, again, I was fired up, and that's the team that I pride myself on, the team that played in that last game with the enthusiasm, with the passion that they played. I think you could see the effort was there. Guys were flying around. I think the question that you guys kept asking me is like, what do these guys have to play for? What do they have to play for? Right. And it showed you right there that they did have a lot to play for. Again, knocked the opponent out of playoffs, a divisional opponent. And to be able to get those guys when a lot of people think that there wasn't a lot to play for to play, I think that's really what I'd like to hang my hat on.
Have you already talked to Shad about when you may interview for the job?
They have spoken with me today that I will get an opportunity to interview, but not set on the time yet.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
All right, we'll go to Mia, then we'll go to Mark Long.
Hey, Bev, are you able to put a finger on where everything kind of took the turn to a circus this past year? I mean, is there one moment that you were like, all right, this is where things kind of went awry, and maybe how you guys learned from that?
Yeah, Mia, I mean, I'd love to just sit here and be totally truthful with you and tell you exactly the moment, but there was definitely some turning points as things went through the season, but I'd like to talk more about how we all reacted to it, and the players themselves. It was a hard deal, and the things that they were going through. But as I said, just trying to make sure that we could get this thing righted and kind of get the ship steadied and head in the right direction, and then get them to play at the end. I think I was really proud of them.
And I know we kind of already touched on it, but again, you've been in the league for years. Where does this season, in terms of struggles, in terms of mentally, emotionally, for you personally, where does this one rank?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably as challenging of a season as I've been a part of, in a lot of different ways. There was a lot of things to navigate, and then as you add the COVID, we had 20 whatever players plus 50 total in the organization at the time. So there was really a lot to be able to navigate through, and we did the best we could, and again, like how we finished.
Thanks, Bev. Appreciate
All
it.
right, we'll go to Mark, and then we'll go to Demetrius.
Hey, Darrell, just following up on you said team leadership, or the team came to you today. Was that Trent Baalke came to you and said, hey, we would like to interview you for the head coaching job at some point moving forward?
Yes, Trent came to me this morning and said that Shad and him and I talked about it, and they wanted to give me an opportunity.
Cool. Thank you. I just want to check on that. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we have Demetrius, then we have Brent Martineau.
Hey, Darrell, just Trevor came into the season, obviously the #1 overall pick. He had a lot of expectations. It didn't turn out the way that anybody wanted it to, obviously, but did you see the traits of a player that can be special? And if so, what traits did you see from Trevor specifically as far as his throwing or his ability to process or anything like that makes him special?
Yeah. I kind of go into coach mode, and I see the things that he's doing well, and then I see the things that he really needs to work on. And there's a lot to like. Obviously he's a big athlete. He's got great size. He's got a good arm. He's got good movement skills. To be able to play the position. He's got the aptitude. He's got great poise. So there's a lot of things to like there. And I really like the challenges that he had this season will only make him stronger and better as the years come. And I really like how he finished.
Thank you.
All right, we'll finish up with Brent Martineau.
Hey, Coach, did Mike Tomlin text you at all last night or early this morning?
I haven't heard from him yet. I did hear from a couple of other coaches that I know on the staff, but I haven't heard from Mike yet.
And can you take us back to the Trevor play, the touchdown to Marvin Jones? From my seat, that was elite. How about from you? You're around this stuff. You've seen really good quarterback play. How good of a play was that? Obviously, it was a great catch by Marvin too, but.
Yeah, it was a great play. I'm glad you asked about it. It was a great play, and a play that we really want and know that Trevor has the ability to make. Those are plays that I've seen Russell, in my recent past, and as well as Matthew Stafford. I've seen them make those plays, right, where things aren't exactly perfect. And so to see Trevor make that, that's one of those things that I think showed progress of where he's at. And it was not an easy play. First, he had to, had to secure the ball. We had a free guy coming off the edge as well and navigated that. And then put the ball where really it wasn't in harm's way, right? That he gave Marv an opportunity to catch it and no one else, and Marv made the play. So it was a big time play for him.
You'll get the opportunity to do this with Shad, but and I'm not asking you to give us your interview, but you've been around this league, a lot of different organizations. This franchise has really struggled as of late. You obviously need more good players to win more than 4 football games in 2 years, but is there something eye-popping about being in the building in Jacksonville, maybe versus some other places that stand out to you? Like, hey, if we could just fix this or this and get some of these things, we'll put ourselves at least in a better position to succeed. Are there some of those things that you think are pretty evident?
Yeah, being here and spending time this last season, I do think there's things that's evident. I think it does start with Shad. There isn't a guy that wants to win more than him. I think you see just some of the things that he's tried to do. But I do think there needs to be some stability, some consistency, some continuity, particularly for a young quarterback as well. But I'll get a chance to, hopefully here in the near future, talk to him about it.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
We'll have time for one last quick one with Mark.
Yeah, Darrell, we've given you opportunities and you've kind of sidestepped the stuff about Urban. But can we double back now, to maybe what went wrong and how this thing was set up to maybe even fail from the start?
I think, Mark, that's just going to be a conversation probably for another time. There was a lot, really, not something I want to get into, right now as we end the season. I'm still ecstatic from yesterday. I told those guys this morning, I didn't want to leave the locker room. And I think a lot of guys didn't want to leave because they were just super excited. There was a lot of motion in there. and just fired up at how this thing ended. And I'd kind of like to end it like that.
Okay, I appreciate that, I guess.
All right,
All right. Thanks, coach. Appreciate it. You're all set.
thank you.